Magandang gabi po. Meron tayong isa na namang balita, malaking balita po ito. Ang ito naman po sa ngayon, ang pag-usapan po natin ito ay maganda ito. Kumbaga musika naman ito pakinggan sa mga mga DDS, mga diehard Duterte supporters. At ito naman po ay nakatuliling sa tainga naman ng mga DDH. Ano yung DDH? Duterte haters. So yan po ang ating ngayon. Ang balita natin sa ngayon ay pinapatanggal ni Attorney Kaufman ang abogado ng mga biktima sa ICC, mga biktima ko ng war on drugs, pinapatanggal ni Attorney Kaufman sina Attorney Joel Butoyan at saka si Attorney Gabriel Andres. At saka isa si Nicolene, nakalimutan ko pangalan. Anyway, malalaman natin mamaya. At ano ang dahilan? Ang dahilan po ay conflict of interest. Nagkukontra-kontra ang kanilang interest. Ang isang interest nila ay ang ganpanan nila ang pagiging abogado ng mga biktima. Pangalawa ay gampanan nilang obligasyon na kung may makikita silang ebidensya na pabor kay Duterte mula sa mga lahat na biktima ay hindi nila kayang gawin na ibigay kay Duterte sapagkat po ay nagsilbi sila mula pa doon sa pagtutulong sa mga biktima sa pamamagitan ng tinatawag na Center Law Philippines. Yan kung saan ang galing din si Attorney Harry Roque. Andyan din si Romel Bagares na kasyamanwa ko, taga Jensen. Si Attorney Romel Bagares, dating mediaman kagaya ko. So anyway, yan po ang dahilan. At kung bakit? Hindi ba dapat? Tinatanong pa ba yun? Abogado ka nang umaakusa. Tapos may obligasyon ka pa ba na magiging patas sa akusado? Wala tayong magagawa, ladies and gentlemen, kasi iyan po ang pamantayan ng batas sa International Criminal Court. Kaya, pinapatanggal si Attorney Joel Butoyan at si Attorney Gabriel Andres at isa pa. Basahin po natin ang motion o ang hiling na sinampa ng abogado ni Duterte na si Attorney Nicholas Kaufman. Ito po yan. Ito. Tararing. Basahin natin sabay-sabay. Ito po. Pre-trial chamber 1. Basahin natin ang motion. Pre-trial chamber 1. Ang judge dito si Judge Julia Antonella Mutok, presiding judge. Si Judge Rene Adelaide Sophie Alapini Ganzo. Si Judge Maria del Socorro Flores Liera. Situation in the Republic of the Philippines in the case of prosecutor versus Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Public redacted version of defense request for the disqualification of the external legal representatives for the victims. Introduction. The defense for Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte hereby requests the disqualification of Joel Butoyan, Herbert Andres, and Nicolene Arcaina on the grounds of an impediment to representation and in the alternative on the basis of a conflict of interest. The interests of the victims recognized by the pre-trial chamber may adequately be represented by a counsel from the Office of the Public Counsel for Victims. And no delay will be occasioned in the schedule for the hearing of the confirmation of charges. Procedural history. In its order of the conduct of confirmation proceedings, the pre-trial chamber invited the parties' observations on the register report prepared for the purpose of identifying lawyers to act for alleged victims. The names of the proposed lawyers were redacted, making it totally impossible for the defense to make any meaningful observations. The defense correctly predicted that Joel Butuyan would express an ardent interest in taking a part in the proceedings. The defense furthermore voiced its objection, among others, for the following reason. Okay? Ang ibig lang po sabihin nito sa Tagalog, yung abogado ni Duterte na si Attorney Kaufman ay nag-o-object o nag-oppose sa pagtalaga kay Attorney Joel Butuyan, kay Attorney Gabriel Andres, at si Attorney babae, ng pangalan ng babae. Saka yung babae na lawyer, nakalimutan ng pangalan. To be the counsel as legal representatives of the victims. At tawag sa kanila legal representatives of the victims. Gusto nila patanggalin. Noong una, binigyan ang defense ng kopya ng motion kung sino itatalaga na mga abogado ng biktima sa war on drugs. Ang sabi nila ni Attorney Kaufman, sa panahon na yun ay hindi man lamang nilagay ang pangalan, nakatago, nakaridak. So ngayon, ano ang nangyari? Ngayon lang nila nalaman nung inappoint na si Attorney Joel Butuyan, Attorney Gilbert Andres, at saka yung isang abogado na magiging counsel as legal representatives of the victims. So nagulat sila. Anong pangalan ng babae? Balikan ko lang. Anong pangalan ng babae? Si Nicolene Arcaina. So yan. So ang rason ay itong rason. Ang interest ng mga victims ay sapat na ang pagrepresenta ng Office of the Public Counsel for Victims at walang delay na nangyayari sa schedule na hearing sapagkat mabilis, abtik at ang prompt, kumbaga action yung Office of the Public Counsel for Victims. So procedural history. In its order on the conduct of confirmation proceedings, the pre-trial chamber invited the parties. Inibitahan naman sila ni Attorney Kaufman, pero hindi nilagay kung sino-sino ang bigyan nila ng observation. Kung okay ba sa kanila o hindi. Kaya ngayon lang nila nalaman na ang i-appoint pala ay si Attorney, mga Pilipino po ito, Attorney Joel Butuyan, si Attorney Gilbert Andres, at saka si Attorney Nicolene Arcaina. So, sinabi nila, the defense correctly predicted. O nahulaan na lang nila na Attorney Kaufman na ilalagay si Attorney Joel Butuyan, si Attorney Gilbert Andres, at saka si Attorney Nicolene Arcaina. The defense furthermore voiced its objection for the following reason. Ito ang rason ng mga abogado ni Duterte. The defense will also object to the involvement of another common legal representative who has persistently criticized defense strategy in media interviews, voiced denigratory slurs concerning counsel, expressed preconceived views as to Mr. Duterte's guilt, or derogatory comments on his character. The court disapproves of satellite litigation and allowing legal representation by such a lawyer and his ilk could be perceived by the general public as a reward for inappropriate conduct. On 26 January 2026, disregarding the aforementioned defense concern, which it felt revealed no inappropriate conduct, and finding them eligible, the pre-trial chamber appointed Joel Butoyan and Gilbert Andres along with the counsel from the OPCB. So, ibig sabihin, tinalaga si Joel Butoyan at si Gilbert Andres kasama yung counsel ng Office of the Public Counsel for Victims as the common legal representatives for any admitted victims. So the pre-trial chamber also ordered that the CLRBs, ibig sabihin, common legal representatives for victims, be given access to the case records, including all filings, decisions, transcripts, and items of evidence disclosed, with the exception of those classified as ex parte. On January 29, 2026, the defense inquired from the prosecution as to whether this counsel as legal representatives of victims had been provided with access. On the following day, the prosecution confirmed that such access had indeed been provided. Thanks to the interviews with the social media Klaxon Cove human rights activist and self-styled legal assistant to ICC counsel, Cristina Conte. Ang tawag sa kanya, social media Klaxon. Si Cristina Conte. The defense was put on notice of the counsel as legal representative for victims intend to nominate Nicolene Arcaina as their case manager. Accordingly, counsel wrote to the counsel for legal representatives as legal representatives of the victims seeking confirmation of their team composition. Joel Butoyan replied as follows, ayaw niya bigyan nung time na yun, hindi pa napangalanan si Nicolene Arcaina. Ang sinulatan ni Attorney Kaufman ay si Joel Butoyan. At ang sinagot niya ni Joel Butoyan ay ganito, we inform you of the composition of our team once we get the approvals from the registry. Okay? So nangako siya, nako-approvean sila ng registry, mag-informa siya. On the same day, January 30, 2026, counsel wrote to the counsel as legal representatives of victims as follows. Dear sirs, sulat ito ni Attorney Kaufman kay Attorney Joel Butoyan at kung sino pa ibang kasama niya. Sabi niya, Dear sirs, you both work for Centerlaw Philippines and have done so throughout the period of the prosecutor's investigation in the Philippine situation. Kindly inform me, number one, whether either of you or anyone else you have worked with at Centerlaw Philippines has been former President Rodrigo Duterte. Relevant materials would include information emanating from governmental offices and ministries and law enforcement agencies. If the answer to the above question is in the affirmative, please reply me with the following details. Number two, the dates of any contact. Number three, the name of Centerlaw personnel. And if it is not either of you, their contact details. Number four, the nature of the information redacted. Number five, whether Centerlaw Philippines retains information that redacted has or could express an interest given its relevance to the charges against Mr. Duterte, should any of your staff have been in contact with it. On a separate note, kindly inform me whether you have represented, promoted, or assisted any individual who may have been redacted in the case against former President Rodrigo Duterte? If so, kindly detail the nature of such representations, promotion, or assistance. I would ask for your response to these inquiries number 1, 3, 5, and 6 today. I would ask for your response to inquiries 2, 4, 7, if relevant, as soon as possible. Regards. Almost a week later, having received no response from the CLRBs, the defense wrote to the pretrial chamber requesting that it instruct the CLRBs to notify the composition of its team so that the defense could both ascertain the recipients of its confidential filings and file this request for disqualification, if necessary, in timely fashion. The CLRBs indicated that their team composition was still awaiting finalization. On 3 February 2026, Joel Butuyan responded to counsel's mail seeking information on redacted between him, his associates, and redacted again. He stated as follows: "We take note of your request. However, we believe we are not under any obligation to answer." Subsequently, on 6 February 2026, the pretrial chamber issued an email order rejecting the defense request for the legal representatives to disclose their proposed team members and to confirm Nicolene Arcaina's appointment. Yesterday, 10 February 2026 at 20:58 p.m., Joel Butuyan informed herein undersigned counsel via email that his appointment of Nicolene Arcaina as case manager had been approved and finalized by the registry. This morning, Joel Butuyan notified the pretrial chamber of this appointment. Submissions. Article 7, Paragraph 4 of the ICC Code of Professional Conduct for Counsel states that counsel shall supervise the work of his or her assistants, ensure that they comply with this code. Article 12 of the code details various impediments to representation. Nick Arcaina has a professional relationship with Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Aldres. She was employed from March 2019 to December 2023 as fellow and staff lawyer at Centerdo, contemporaneously with and alongside both Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres, who have worked for this organization since at least the 2010s. Her subsequent appointment to the external team representing victims suggests a continuity of his professional association, and not a one-off working relationship. By virtue of their collaboration with her, both Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres must have known contemporaneously that Nicolene Arcaina. To compound matters, the prosecution has since confirmed that both Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres had been given access to and prior to 30 January 2026 when counsel wrote his email to them. As such, both Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres should have known that Nicolene Arcaina was redacted. At the same time, they were processing her appointment to their team. If this were not enough, both Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres thereafter provided an evasive response to counsel's email concerning redacted again. Even if the trial chamber should be persuaded that there exists no impediment to representation arising out of the appointment of 3 external legal representatives, a conflict of interest arises with respect to Nicolene Arcaina's current role as a victim's case manager, and these roles are structurally incompatible. The prosecution and legal representatives for victims operate under a distinct mandates and obligations. Whereas the prosecution is a minister of justice, tasked with truth-seeking, function, and disclosure duties, victims' counsel are partisan representatives owing duties only to their clients and are not subject to comparable situation. The practical effect of redacted is that redacted again may access and retain potentially exculpatory evidence or information material to the defense outside the disclosure regime, which, as shown above, is indeed the case. This clearly undermines the fairness proceedings. So, ibig sabihin, ang ang pinaprotesta ni Kaufman, ang yung babae na abogado si Nicolene Arcain, at pati na rin sila ni Joel Butuyan, pati na rin si Gilbert Andres, pinaprotesta ni Attorney Nicholas Kaufman. Bakit po? Kasi po, hindi pwede na magiging abogado ka ng umaakusa kung ikaw ay kaaway mo yung akusado. Kailangan neutral ka. Bakit? Kasi hindi po maiwasan na pag ikaw ay abogado ng biktima, mayroong mga ebidensya na mapunta sa kamay mo na makakatulong sa akusado. Kaya hindi sila pwede. Kasi sa simula pa lang, sa Pilipinas pa lang, wala pang kaso sa ICC. Klarong-klaro na sa internet na na-monitor na kayo ni Attorney Kaufman na galit kay Duterte. So hindi pwede na maging abogado ka ng biktima kung ikaw galit kay Duterte. Ganun po yung batas sa ICC. So with this, tatapusin natin. The court's statutory framework presupposes institutional separation and independence between the prosecution and the counsel as legal representatives of the victims in order to safeguard the integrity of the proceedings. The connection extends further still. Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres have likewise redacted. The resulting web creates an objective appearance of bias incompatible with the integrity of the proceedings. Deducted again. Conclusion and relief question. The standard for a conflict of interest at the ICC is whether a reasonable and informed observer would apprehend bias. Actual prejudice is irrelevant. It is also a clear impediment to representation for counsel or his associates. Two, or redacted na naman. The CLRB do not appear to have informed the pretrial chamber of the pertinent facts set out in this filing, nor have they taken any steps to terminate Nicolene Arcaina's appointment. Given that they should have been aware of and quiet and opposite, they have actively promoted. This goes beyond passive omission. In light of the foregoing, the defense requests the pretrial chamber to order the registry to revoke the appointment of the CLRBs na sila ni Joel Butuyan at saka si Gabriel Andres at pati na rin si Arcain Nicolene Arcain. Okay? So, yan. Anong ibig sabihin niya? Babalik tayo ngayon. Bigyan muna natin si Duterte dyan. Anong ibig sabihin po, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, ulitin ko lang ha. Hindi pwede po magiging abogado ng biktima ang mga taong galit kay Duterte. Bakit po? Kasi pag galit sila kay Duterte, ang mangyari po ay itatago nila, hindi maiwasan po kasi na magkaroon ng ebidensya na makakatulong kay Duterte na magiging hawak nila mula sa mga kamay ng biktima. At kung ganoon, dahil matagal na silang kliyente na mabiktima sa Pilipinas pa lamang, yung Center Law Philippines, kagaya kay Murillo, Center Law din ang humawak. At dahil matagal na sila ng abogado ng biktima, the situation will be, hindi nila ibibigay kay Duterte ang mga ebidensya na pabor kay Duterte. So, ganun ako kasimple. So, ganun po ka-istrikto ang ICC. Hindi kagaya sa atin dito na kung abogado ka ng kalaban, diyan ka na, bahala ka na. Pero sa Pilipinas din, dapat in-observe yan. Na ang prosecutor, yung fiscal, ay bawal na magiging bias. Kasi pag magiging bias siya, laban sa akusado, pag makakakuha siya ng ebidensya pabor sa akusado, ay hindi niya ibibigay. Itatago pa niya. Ganun po ang protesta nila ni Atty. Kaufman. So, Nick Quezon, address ba to yan? Mimi Atty. Good evening, Sir Toto. So, sino pa ba? P. Bargado, maraming salamat. Marami kaming natutunan sa inyo. Palagi po kami na nanonood sa vlog mo. Salamat po, P. Bargado. Good evening, Marianita Junit Kausing. Salamat, magandang gabi po, kapatid. Efren Guhelde, Ara Sausa, Lope Liagogo. Oh my, mayat gagabi kanimo Lope. Good evening. Tapos si Manang Bing Diboke. Good evening, Attorney Dr. Chrissy watching from overseas, Canada. Marlene Bondok. Okay, sino pa? O yan lang muna, sasabihin natin napaka-iksi lang. Maraming salamat po sa lahat. Paki-like, paki-share, at pakibigyan niyo po ako ng super sticker kung mayroong isobra. At maliban dyan, pakibigyan niyo po ako ng sobra niyo kung panggika sa akin kung meron lang kayo. Pero kung wala, pasensyahan. Anyway, nag-uminom na lang ako ng Coke Zero at saka tubig para palipas gutom. Anyway, sabi naman, nasubukan ko na po kasi 45 days po ako na walang kain. Tubig lang. Kaya nabuhay naman ako. Okay? Ito po ang aking Gcash. Ito po ang aking Gcash. Ano pa? Aking video savings. 004580368536. Yan po. So, ang huling humabol ay si Roland Catedrilla. So, maayong gabi. Dira sa Melbourne, Australia. Roland Catedrilla. Kamag-anak po ng aking paboritong composer na si Alex Catedrilla. Ikakasal ka na! Yan po ang kanta niya. Primo Junior D, delaying tactics sa magkanong dahilan. Ay, hindi po delaying tactics yun. Kapag karapatan nila po yun. Wag mo ka magsabi na delaying tactics kasi tuloy-tuloy naman ang tuloy-tuloy ng confirmation charges. Ikaw kasi Primo GR, kung alam mo lang ang proseso, ay dapat alamin mo. Huwag ka mag-akusa kagad na ganun kasi karapatan ni Duterte yan. Mimi Authority, good evening Sir Toto. Nick Quezon, okay. Ang napansin ko sa inyo mga anti-Duterte, bawal na sa inyo yung mga karapatan ni Duterte, galit kayo kung may ibibigay. Pati yung pag-aresto kay Duterte na walang warrant of arrest, okay lang sa inyo, hindi nyo iniiyak, hindi nyo pinaglalaban na batas ng Pilipinas. Sana matuto kayo balang araw na if you can fight for the rights of your opponent, then that is the test of character. Okay? Yan ang masabi ko po. At ako po lagi nagsasabi rito dahil nais ko po na susugin at kontrahin yang mga demonyo. Kasi ang demonyo ay magtatagumpay lamang kung walang ginagawa ang mga mabuti. Evil triumphs if good men do nothing. But here, we will do something, and that something must be sufficient in order to defeat the devil. Kailangan talunin natin ang mga kasatanasan na nangyayari. Ang satanas na pangulo natin na nagnakaw ng mali-malitang pera. May ebidensya na mayroong palitan na text message sa gitna ni Yusek Adrian Bersamin at ni BBM na sa pag-deliver ng 8 billion. Putangin. Tapos napakakapal ng mukha mo BBM. Ayaw mo pang aminin. Okay? Attorney Claire Castro, kapal na mukha talaga ng kliyente mo. So magandang gabi po sa lahat. Tapos ulit, paki-share na lang, paki-subscribe kung hindi pa kayo nag-subscribe. Mura lang, libre lang man ang subscription. Para mas maganda, maging member pa kayo ng aking channel. Salamat po. Maraming salamat. At siyempre, i-like nyo na rin ang isa kong channel, yung Dr. Toto Kausing. At i-like nyo rin, or i-like nyo rin ang aking tinatawag na Facebook account. Okay? Salamat po.